وفلسطين الذي يجمعنا اليوم جمعة الغضب على القرار الأمريكي الظالم.
Since Trump's announcement, Hamas and some of the other factions, you can see their flags behind me, have called for a day of rage, so this rally is kicking that off right now.
أمريكا الله يقطع أمريكا ويقطع الرئيس إن شاء الله. جابنا غير الهم والغلب. أمريكا يقطع هذا الرئيس يخرب دياره إن شاء الله. إيش عملنا غير هم والغلب؟ ترامب تبعك ترامب هذا مخه ضارب.
This protest was just one of many that erupted across Israel and Palestine.
You can hear Israeli gunshots coming over. A couple kids have already been taken away in ambulances. Can you explain what happened?
طلعت لاجل عشان الشباب يخش الجند طاخني. فلسطين أرضنا والقدس عاصمتنا. لو بدي أموت بدي أرجع لحد ما ترجع القدس.
Since Trump's announcement, more than 50 Palestinians and 4 Israelis have been killed. Congress ordered the embassy to be relocated back in 1995. Every president since then has issued waivers delaying the move, but President Trump had promised not to, and conservative Israelis were thrilled.
כל נשיאי ארצות הברית מזה 50 שנה רק מדברים על ירושלים. אבל טראמפ, שכולם צוחקים עליו, לא רק מדבר, הוא גם עושה. ואני חושב שכל הכבוד.
While most of the world saw Trump's signing of the order as provoking a conflict, Prime Minister Netanyahu said it would actually diffuse one.
I share President Trump's commitment to advancing peace between Israel and all of our neighbors, including the Palestinians.
We spoke to Emmanuel Nashon, a spokesman for the Israeli Foreign Ministry, who told us why the government is 100% in support of the move.
Did the government know that this was coming? Had you been talking to them beforehand? Had you been asking them to do this?
We encouraged the American administration to do it because we believe that it was something very positive. This announcement actually should have taken place many, many years ago. Jerusalem has been our capital since 1948. That's almost 70 years. And I think that it's good and important that the president of the most important country in the world should actually acknowledge and recognize that this is our capital.
Not surprisingly, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas is strongly objecting to Trump's move. Abbas is president of the Palestinian Authority and head of the Fatah party, but his grip on power is weakening.
ولغير ترامب لن نقبل مشروعه وقلنا له صفقة العصر هي صفعة العصر.
Dr. Hanan Ashrari is a longtime Palestinian leader who's been instrumental in the peace process for more than 30 years.
How significant is President Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital?
This recognition by President Trump represents to us the epitome of irresponsibility, recklessness, and a position that has become a game changer in the whole region. He has undermined the stability and security, not just of Palestine, but of the region as a whole by provoking people's sentiments, people's feelings. It has made the chances of peace much more difficult.
That's because for centuries, Jerusalem has been a holy city for 3 of the world's major religions.
We're on a rooftop in the old city of Jerusalem. Right in front of me, you see this gold dome. That's what Muslims refer to as Al-Aqsa Mosque and what Jews refer to as Temple Mount. Muslims say that that's where Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. And then you look right over here, and there are a series of churches. And this church has the big gold cross on the top. It's where Christians say Jesus resurrected. Different religious communities have been coexisting here for centuries, which is part of why Trump's decision is so controversial, not only here, but around the world.
Trump's move has made the peace process nearly impossible, but efforts have been faltering for years, in part due to divisions between rival Palestinian parties, the more moderate Fatah and the more hardline Hamas.
With the failure of the peace process to deliver, Hamas became stronger. Now it demands to have a greater role.
Who is Fatah? Who is Hamas?
Fatah is the oldest party. It started in the 60s. It became the backbone of the Palestine Liberation Organization. Hamas is a newcomer. Hamas is an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood. But Hamas resorted to violence. After it won, of course, elections, there were difficulties with relinquishing power. And in Gaza, Hamas took over all the security offices by violence. This rift has really weakened us. Right now, this is a very crucial point.
Since this bloody conflict, Hamas has been largely confined to Gaza by Israeli forces, while Fatah controls the remaining Palestinian territories.
Incredibly popular. You look around, there are hundreds of thousands of people, many of them waving green Hamas flags. People are very clearly not happy with Trump's latest move. Why do you support Hamas?
حماس يعني حركة تنظيم سياسي يعني بحمي البلد له تنظيم عسكري بيساعد الناس وبيقف معهم بحارب الجيش الإسرائيلي.
لترتجف تل أبيب في انتظار صواريخكم دامت بنادقكم وتقبل الله جهاد. إن شئت بدارا برية فبلاؤك يمسي حتمية أو شئت مفاجأة كبرى ورسولك نسيا منزيا.
You got a bunch of kids in military uniforms carrying fake guns and huge flags. You know, it's a family affair. Can you tell me about your kids' outfits?
إن شاء الله في المستقبل بيطلعوا من أبطال كذا بالشهادة.
كويسين هم مهمتهم إنهم يحيرونا ويكونوا كويسين معانا.
Hamas is no stranger to military force. In their 30-year history, they've gone to war 3 times with Israel and Gaza, most recently in 2014. The U.S. considers Hamas to be a terrorist organization. The group uses tunnels to smuggle weapons into Israel, and it's launched suicide bombings and rocket attacks on Israeli targets. After the embassy announcement, rockets fired out of Gaza led to Israeli airstrikes that killed 2 Gazans. Mahmoud al-Zahar is one of the original founders of Hamas and remains a senior figure within the organization.
Just a few days ago, you said that Hamas is here to prove to the whole world that resistance is our only option, and we will continue until we reach Al-Aqsa Mosque, which of course is in Jerusalem.
Yes, it's true.
But realistically, how do you do it? I mean, there are massive concrete walls guarded by very powerful Israeli defense forces.
By armed struggle. When we faced the Israeli, the last war, 2014, they failed to enter 1 square meter in Gaza. We only have guns. And we have some rockets. Israel has atomic bomb. Israel has Phantom 35. This war is holy mission. So if we're going to die, this is not a loss.
What is the relationship right now between Hamas and Fatah?
Fatah committed a big crime, a big national crime against their own people when they resorted to what is called peace process and spent all these years without telling the people that we failed to achieve our basal demand. The resistance program is now collecting many people. Most of the groups, other organizations, now they change their attitude from pro-Fatah into pro-Hamas, from pro-peace process into pro-resistance.
That pro-resistance mentality is starting to rip Palestinians apart. And the friction has intensified as the nearly 2 million Palestinians living in Gaza are physically locked in by closed borders, meaning civilians in Gaza often can't get the necessities and medical care they need.
السلطة الفلسطينية وتواجهنا على مكتب الصنوار ودخلنا جوا ومش قادرين نسافر. عندي قرحة هنا وسطت هنا وعندها طلعت عمري 15 سنة.
What will happen with your health if you aren't able to get out of Gaza to get medical care?
تولف حالي بنزين بدي ادير حالي واولف حالي عندي موتين. بدي اموت حالي بدي افجر حالي بدي اصير ارهابي بدي اصير ارهابي انا.
Tensions have been growing as the PA has been leveraging the power they have over Gaza's resources against the people there.
لا في كهرباء ولا في مية ولا في أكل ولا شرب فيش بالمرة فيش يعني بالمرة.
As Palestine's deepening political divisions increasingly impact daily life, the people there are desperate for reconciliation.
How would your life change if there was a true reconciliation between Hamas and Fatah?
فأنا اليوم مش قادر أوفر لأولادي أكل وشرب، فبالتالي المصالحة بتفيدنا لأنه إحنا مضغوطين والضغط حيولد الانفجار، والانفجار حيكون مش بس على مستوى الشعب الفلسطيني، على جميع المستويات حيضر المستويات كلها.
But despite ongoing negotiations between Palestine's political factions, the acrimony only appears to be increasing. In fact, in March of 2018, Hamas allegedly attempted to assassinate Prime Minister Hamdullah, and the group remains resolute in its stand against both Israel and the Palestinian Authority.
One of the terms of the reconciliation is that Hamas put down their weapons.
No.
Is that something you would ever consider?
Nobody can touch the weapons because the people fed up from what is called peace process, and the people are admiring what is called military resistance against occupation.
Although they remain divided, Palestinians are united in opposing Israel's complete control of Jerusalem. As support for the two sparring parties is dropping, support for armed resistance is rising.
The ramifications are enormous, and the consequences will have a ripple effect within the region and beyond. Not only does it inflame sentiments, but it really provokes people to take action.
When you touch Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is a very important part in our religion, and you give this for the Israeli, America will pay the very big price.
وبهذا تكون الولايات المتحدة قد اختارت أن تفقد أهليتها كوسيط.
العالم كله في كفة وترامب ونتنياهو في كفة أخرى. إنه تأكيد على تصدع المكانة الدولية للولايات المتحدة الأمريكية.